everybody, welcome back to Unimonks. My name is Padmanji Chauhan and I'll be teaching you for the CUET History Domain. Today we start with the 7th unit of your syllabus, an imperial capital, the Vijayanagara Empire. Okay? The Vijayanagara Empire existed from the 14th to the 16th centuries. It is also called the City of Victory, okay? Meaning Vijayanagar. It was both a city and an empire, okay? Vijayanagar is a city as well, and the name has been attributed to the entirety of the empire as well, okay? It was founded in the 14th century, and the empire extended from the river Krishna in the north to the southernmost point of the peninsula, okay? You can see it on the little map that I've put on the screen, right? That purple shaded area is the extent of the Vijayanagara Empire at its peak, okay? Now, in 1565, the city was sacked and eventually led to the desertion of the city. The people left the city, right? Because there's nothing to it anymore. It's been ruined because of war. But even after the desertion of the city, of the empire, it lived on in the memories of the people that lived on the Krishna Tungabhadra Doab, okay? And it continued to be remembered as Hampi. Till today, it is still called Hampi, right? So, let's talk about the discovery of Hampi. Now, the ruins of Hampi were found in 1800 by a man called Colonel Colin Mackenzie, okay? The initial information that he was able to procure about the empire was based on the memories of the priests of the Virupaksha temple. If you've ever visited Hampi, I'm pretty sure you've visited the temple as well. It's beautiful. And also the priests of the shrine of Pampa Devi, who was sort of their Kul Devi, okay? The Kul Devi of the Vijayanagara Empire. She was very highly revered there. Now, in 1836, epigraphists collected inscriptions from the temples at Hampi, okay, from various temples at Hampi, and in 1856, photographers began to record the monuments that were built at Hampi, okay. Now, the reconstruction of the information that they got from the inscriptions was done by comparing this information, the information of the inscriptions, with foreign travelers' accounts who visited the empire at the time, and from various literature written in various languages of, say, Telugu, Tamil, Sanskrit, Kannada, right? All of these languages were used to write about the Vijayanagara Empire, okay? Therefore, texts or literature from these languages and foreign travelers' accounts have been used to compare with the inscriptions to sort of reconstruct the history of the Vijayanagara Empire, okay? Alright. Now, Rayas, Nayakas and the Sultans. The founders of the Vijayanagara Empire were two brothers, Harihara and Bukka, okay? And they founded the empire in 1336. Alright? Harihara and Bukka, 1336. This was a previous year question, okay? So remember this. Now, the rulers of Vijayanagar were contemporaries of the Sultans of the Deccan and of the Gajapati rulers of Orissa, okay? All these rulers, the Sultans and the Gajapati rulers and the Vijayanagar rulers, they all fought over control of the fertile river valleys and overseas trade that existed at the time. This is mostly because this was one way of ensuring that your empire stays rich continuously, right? If you have control over overseas trade, you are basically controlling like import-export, right? So your traders are going to be rich. In turn, your empire is going to become rich and your people are going to be happy with you as their rulers, right? Similarly, when you have control over fertile river valleys, agriculture is going to be booming, the farmers are going to be happy, your empire is going to be prosperous because of that, right? Because the farmers are going to be prosperous and everybody will be happy, right? So, it makes sense that all these rulers were fighting over overseas trade and fertile river valleys. Now, the interaction that took place between the Sultans and the Gajapati rulers and the Vijayanagara rulers led to a sharing of ideas, especially in architecture, okay? So, you can see a lot of a lot of Vijayanagar architecture has been influenced by, let's say, Islamic architecture of the time. Okay? Sorry. Now, the Vijayanagar rulers, who called themselves Rayas, built on the traditions of their predecessors, who were the Cholas and the Hoysalas. Okay? So, the Cholas and the Hoysalas have been attributed to building temples, okay, to get divine power, right? So, to sort of emphasize on the idea that they have become kings because of divine intervention, right? So, to do the same thing, the Vijayanagar rulers also built temples at Hampi, okay? An example of, say, the Cholas building temples, we've talked about this. Oh yes, we have talked about this previously. I've told you, right? So you are going to tell me in the comments down below, what are the temples that the Chola rulers built? Okay, what are they called? Where are they built? All of that, tell me in the comments down below. I've talked about this. I remember talking about this in the previous chapter. Okay, do it. Go right now. Do it. Okay. I remember this exactly. I was talking about the Bhakti tradition. Okay, I was talking about the Bhakti tradition and I told you that the Chola rulers built temples. Okay, so it is your job now to tell me where they built these temples and what were these temples called, because I told you both things. Okay, right now, go, tell me. Alright, now, if you're liking the video so far, scan the little QR code that has popped up on your screen. Okay, scan it. It will take you to our Unimonks app. Download the app, because through that app, you'll be able to have live chats with me, your mentor. I will solve your domain subject related doubts. I will solve your CUET related doubts. And I'm not the only mentor. We have other teachers, other faculty that teach other domain subjects. Okay. And we have GT teachers as well. Okay. So download the app if you want to talk to us, if you want to get your doubts solved. Okay. Apart from this, on the app, we give you organized study material. Okay. That will help you prepare your best for CUET 2024. Now, apart from the study material, we also give you online tests, we give you online assignments as well, so that you can solve those tests, you can solve those assignments and many other things to prepare yourselves, okay, the best you can, 200 out of 200, 600 out of 600, 800 out of 800 for CUET 2024 to get into your dream college, okay? So download the app. We will do our best so you can do your best. Okay. Now, apart from downloading the app, you also need to follow us on our Instagram page. Okay. Follow us on our Facebook page. Join our Telegram group as well, because we might not be available on the app 24/7, but on the Telegram group, we're available 24/7. So we'll solve all your questions. We'll solve all your queries on the Telegram group as well. Okay. And finally, subscribe to the Unimonks YouTube channel. Go down that little red button you can see, press that button, become a part of the Unimonks community. Okay? Okay. Moving on. Kings and traders. Now, cavalry obviously was a very important part of the king's army at the time, right? Because a lot of war was taking place. Therefore, horses and cavalry, basically the cavalry, became a very important part. Now, the import of horses took place from Central Asia and from Arabia. Trade was mostly controlled by Arab traders, but there were local merchants as well. They were called Kudirai Chettis. Okay? Now, in 1498, the Portuguese arrived. They want to establish trade and military prowess, military stations over here, and they are able to do that. Okay, to a certain extent, they are able to establish themselves, and therefore they also become very important players of the political sort of scenario that was taking place at the time. Okay, so the Portuguese also become important political players at the time. Now, Vijayanagar, it was so prosperous, it was so rich because it traded in spices. You know this, I know you know this. India is very, very, very well known for its spice trade, okay? So, for its spices. Trade to obviously, but for its spices. So, therefore, trade took place of those spices because everybody and their mother wanted these spices from across the world, okay? So, Vijayanagar traded in spices, it traded in precious metals, okay? And in textiles, in silk and all that. because of this, they boasted of a very wealthy population, okay? Vijayanagar had very rich people living in it, okay? Who they themselves also asked for like the best of the best material, the best of the best resources, right? Basically, Vijayanagar was a very, very, very prosperous state because its people were also very, very, very prosperous, very rich, okay? That is it for today's class, guys. We've talked about the richness of the empire. Let's see what we talk about in the next class. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, any queries you want to ask me, this topic related, any trivia you want to share with the others, leave them in the comments down below, okay? And please don't forget to subscribe to Unimonks for more such informational content. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.